Good evening, one and all, and welcome to Reach Across live here on Facebook, you guys, and YouTube, you guys. Sue Vinicum, welcome to the show. Dawn Hassan, welcome to the show. And I'm just going to move this camera around. I got two cameras tonight, one down here, one up there. Dawn saying, "Where's Paul?" I'm right here. It's we're running a smidge behind. Hey, listen, this is Paul Francis, Reach Across. So we're always running slightly behind. To be honest with you, I think I'd rather run slightly behind than not at all. Lynn, good evening. And Kelsey, welcome to the show. Good to see you. Kelsey, can I get you to come out of Facebook? Come out of Facebook, go right across into YouTube and watch us live from YouTube. Far, far better, far more stable, far more stable than it is on on Facebook. Michigan is in the house because Lisa's here and she's shouting and screaming, "I'm in the house! I'm in the house!" I'm trying my hardest to get this camera here to stay up straight, but it's not doing it for me. Good evening, Sue. Good evening, Anne. Welcome to the show. Carolyn, good evening. Lovely to see you guys. Vivian, great to see you too. Thanks for being here tonight. I really appreciate you guys being here tonight. So Paresh is on she's on this one for some Paresh. She said there's no sound on this one, so I don't know what. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come out of Facebook because I told you Facebook is just crap. Julie Sharp, good evening. Faye, good evening. Good to see you guys. Carolyn Hawkey, good evening. Lovely to see all you all. Thanks for taking the time out to be here with me tonight. It's really important. Bearing in mind that this is the All Souls night as well, so we're going to dedicate tonight across to bringing our loved ones closer to us. I've even got two candles that I'm going to lean either side of the camera. Got my linking beads, and I'm off and running. Kelsey is here. Good on you, Kelsey. Thanks for being here. Now, all of you who are on YouTube, make sure that number one that you're subscribed. That's vital. I'm just going to come closer to the camera. Make sure that you subscribe. That's really important. Make sure that you hit the like button. Now, that's vital. You need to hit the like button. Without you guys hitting the like button, it will damage the show. All right, so I need you to hit the like button, and then vitally, share it. Now, like I say this week in week out, it's important because I'm very very happy to give up my time and come here and do the work and talk to you guys and answer questions. I'm more than happy to do that. But in an energetic or symbiotic relationship, it should be two-way. So how you guys can do it for me to bring the energy and help me is share the show and introduce people to the show and get them to come along and be a part of the show. So share the show, not just whack it onto Facebook, but share it with your groups. Invite your family and friends. That's probably more because when you send an invite to your family and friends, it's a little bit more personal than just sticking just that Paul Francis is on live, So make it personal and invite your friends and family. Kelsey and Anjita Fleetwood, good evening, Anjita. Lisa's liked and shared. Sue's liked and shared. Dawn says, "Do you keep on your orgonite close for protection?" No, not really. It's more of a balance. I feel orgonite balances me more. Kind of keeps my feet on the ground. My what kind of protects me is tiger eye. That's my kind of real protection. So tiger eye is. I got told off last week for drinking out of a bottle. I got really told off for that. You shouldn't do that. It's horrible. It looks horrible. And by the way, you're advertising water this weekend of a glass. You need this to say, what do you think my reply was to somebody who said to me, you shouldn't be drinking out of a bottle? So now, oh, crikey. Julie Sharper said, hello, Faye. Hope you're well. We love Faye's Angels. I haven't even seen it yet. Didn't even know it was live. I didn't get an invite. What's going on, Faye? Didn't even get an invite. Um, really important that you guys like the show. Really important that you like the show, and it's really, really important that you push out the show to other people and invite them. Do personal things. Invite people personally to the show. Okay. I put Tiger Eyes, Pyrite, and Shung Knight, all the good stuff in your organize. Ah, right. So that's why it's kind of buzzing. Yeah. So, but I kind of keep it to, it feels, makes me feel balanced. So maybe that's why it's balanced. Maybe that's why. Um, Carol Fitzgerald Horton says, I love the show and thank you. Well, Carol, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. But Carol, can I invite you to come out of YouTube? Or sorry, let's start that again. I'll rewind that. Carol, I invite you to come out of Facebook and come across to YouTube. It's a far more stable platform. And it's because Facebook has a habit of kicking people off and blaming me for doing it. So, Carol, come off Facebook, go into YouTube, at the search bar at the top of YouTube, type Paul Francis Medium, and off we go from there. You'll come straight back to this show, subscribe, and then you'll be told every week when I'm releasing a show. Oh, right. Julie says I haven't seen it. I love the Phase Angels. Oh, you had me going there. I thought you'd already, because she told me she wasn't starting until the end of November. And that's what I was, when she said, oh, I love the show. I was like, well, hey, I didn't see it. What's going on here? Anyway, enough of that. Enough of that stupidity. Tonight is All Souls Night. So one of the nights where the veil between our two worlds is at its thinnest, according to myth, scripture, or whatever else you want to put it to. I'm not really a massive I'm not really a massive believer in that. I have to be honest. I'm genuinely hands down honest, you know. But I think if enough people believe it, it probably could happen. Now, the reason why people say to me, "Why don't you believe it?" is because I deal with spirit every single day. So, and it doesn't seem to be any easier for me to do it today than I do any other day. So maybe I don't know. I could be rabbiting on and talking absolute horse poop. So anyway, so Phase Angels first show Tuesday. Phase Angels, start that again, is Tuesday, November 7 at 4 p.m. Central. What time is that here in the UK? And she said Paul will be one of my guests. So excited, as am I. I'm excited to be there. I'm gonna be. It's nice to be. It's nice to be the guest every now and again rather than the presenter. It's nice. You know. Julie says I have my tiger eye on my person 24/7, gifted to me by a wonderful lady. That's fantastic. I've always stated that crystals that are gifted to you are stronger, more powerful than the ones you go and buy yourself. Always said that, and they are because you have the energy of the person giving it. Therefore, they have that extra boost of energy, and they tend to be more powerful than the ones that you have. Now, this one here around my neck, and I wear this one a lot. This one here, that's a no, you can't. If I do it that way, you probably see it. It's a tiger eye set in silver, and that was from my mom. So it'll go nowhere. I will go down biting with that one. So now I was already starting to make connections when I was sitting downstairs. I was just watching a show with Johanna, watching paranormal places that were haunted and stuff. I love stuff like that. Johanna and I watch stuff like that all the time, and the reason why I watch stuff like that is it just helps me when we're planning to do our own investigations. I can say that each week we're getting closer and closer and closer to moving into our new property. Um, and each day something else comes up. Oh, did you know this? Oh, did you know that? And like today we had another message. Oh, by the way, there's another title on your property. Did you know that? There are two titles. We're like, what in God's name are you on about? Oh, now because there's a second title on your property, we have to do a full investigation into that as well. Pushed the moving into the property back a bit more. So it's like, okay, maybe Spirit wants me to move away out of the UK completely and move back to Ireland. Okay, so anyway, enough of that stuff. So anyway, so I was to say I was connected in with the energies that were downstairs. Um, there is a wonderful lady in spirit who feels to me kind of what's the best way to describe her? Dainty. That's probably a good way of dainty, genteel, dainty. Um, and there's an A connection with her, like Anne, Alice, Amanda, Andrew. That is a strong A connection. Now, you guys should know. I shouldn't actually have to explain this, but for the sake of those who haven't heard or forgotten, and when I hear a name, don't automatically assume that person has crossed over. When I hear a name, it means to me it's because it's my referencing, so it means to me who they are, who's talking to me, who's with them, or please say hello to. So there's an A connection like Alice, Andrew, Anna, and like a strong A name that they want me to acknowledge. They're telling me to talk about September and November being significant. Okay, September and November. They actually said the word September and November. I'm not too sure who it's for yet, Dawn, because I'm not being pulled to anybody at the minute. But I'm acknowledging this lovely lady that's with me right now. Now, either there was a blood or kidney related issue they want me to acknowledge, and they want me to talk about Stephen, Stephanie, an ST sounding name as well. They want me to acknowledge already. Lisa McGinnis, welcome to the show. So that's the energies that are coming. Mal sounds to me like Malcolm. Now remember, I can be off by names, but I won't be off with the initial. Maliki, Malcolm. Sounds like a Mal name. Okay. Could the lady be asking for Andrew? Well, the name, a strong A connection was mentioned. And remember, Sue, who they are, who they're with. Please say hello to. My dad's was from Andrew, and my birthday is in September, says Kelsey. Right? Okay. Well, you're connecting up there. Where does the blood related issue, Kelsey, and or that connected to the kidneys, that whole issue come into play here? Lisa McGinnis, could I invite you to come out of Facebook, please, my darling, and come across to YouTube and watch me on YouTube or be a part of the show on YouTube? So come out of Facebook, click onto YouTube. In the search bar, just type Paul Francis Medium, and it'll bring you right back to the show. All right, so it's really good. I have Alice, Andrew, Mum's birthday September, and Dad's birthday is November. Alice, Dad's nephew. Oh, right, okay, Jules, stay close. The blood thing is the issue, is the big connector here. So there's a kidney issue or a blood kidney issue that they want me to talk about. There's quite a few of you linking right up into this. Okay, right. Well, okay. One of you is connected to the Stephen, Stephanie. Who's the ST name? And there's a Maliki, Malcolm, Malinda. I don't know. It sounds to me like a Mal name. I've got to acknowledge as well. I've actually heard, and it seems to me like somebody's coming in on jumping in on the channel. I heard the name. It sounded to me like Duffy being shouted in the background just then. It sounds to me like the name Duffy is significant. So whether it's connected to the first one or it's another person jumping in on the channel, I don't know. Alan Duffy name. I have this thing wrong with my kidney. My cousin is Steve. Remember, guys, when I give a name out, it doesn't don't automatically assume the person's crossed. But I can be off by names, but I won't be off by the initial or what it sounds like. So if I'm shouting Duffy and you think something close to Duffy, don't be afraid to perk up and say what it is. Okay, I'm giving them a bit of grief now on the other side of life, saying you need to select, tell me who it is that I'm supposed to be dealing with. Okay. Julie Sharp, let me just come to you for a second. Where's the strong M name like Mona? Man, like Mona. M- Moan. Moan. It sounds like an MN name. Where does that name come into play with you, Julie Sharp? Come back to me really quickly if you can, please. I'm really getting a busload of people climbing off here that want me to acknowledge. I've got a younger energy here as well that they want me to talk about. Somebody who crosses over, I don't know, between the ages of 4 and 8, something around that name, or that sort of age bracket, because it feels like a really sad crossing, a late illness, an illness that comes in really fast and assists in this child's crossing. And the child has also either got either the child carries its father's name or its mother's name, but there's a duet or a two of the names is significant here. Suzanne Dominkovitz, welcome to the show. Right, okay, let's go on. Let's get this sorted out. Julie, I got a feeling I'm with you. All right, I got a feeling I'm with you. The young child is significant here. There's definitely a child here between the ages of 4 and 8, something around there. They're showing themselves to me that they're a child of self awareness, but not too old. Okay, so they've got a grasp on who mom, dad, aunt, uncle, grandparents are, but not massively worldly, if you know what I mean. So I'd say that fit in between 4 and 8 years old. Julie, I need this to say to you as well. You really are carrying too much of the past with you already. They're showing me bags of coal, which means you're carrying issues of the past. So Mona, we call sibling. My brother John, name after. Gotcha. Right, I'm definitely with you then, Jules, because Mona is too much of a like a wow, who would know that name kind of a thing. But they're showing me bags of coal. Okay, so and that's my symbol for carrying guilt or issues of the past. You really have to drop that, let go of the past, and look forward to the future. Um, I don't know if you keep thinking about how old you are, or they're telling me to talk about you checking time out a lot. In other words, time as in linear, as in I'm a certain age now, so I'm getting closer to the other end of life rather than coming up the hill. You're coming down the hill. They're saying that to stop doing that. You need to stop doing that. I'm being told to tell you to um, go back to the hobby, go back to the pastime. Like if for example you rode horses in the past, go back and do whatever it was in the past that you did, and start reliving the great energies of the past rather than thinking negatively towards them. I heard two names being shouted, Michael and Ian. Both those names were just shouted to me. Okay. Got an energy here, Julie, that crosses over with an accident or incident. It's a non-healthcare related crossing. So an accident or incident assists in this person's crossing. They want to be acknowledged. I've got two people who are acknowledging the Great War of World War Two. Okay, they're saying World War Two. They're not the Great War, because when I said the Great War, they went no, no, World War Two, World War Two, because the Great War was World War One. So the World War Two, they're acknowledging that. So they were connected to the forces of World War Two. Thank you for the flower, Julie. That's what I've just got. Thank you for the flower. So either you've done a specific rose or a specific flower in memory and an acknowledgement of your dad and your mom, or specifically for dad or for mom. Alrighty. History, Julie, pay attention. This is important. History will not repeat itself. That was really important. I was even told to sit up, pay attention. History will not repeat itself. So whatever's going on in the family, history will not repeat itself. Julie, light a candle for the family, or you've lit a candle for the family. I don't know whether they said light a candle for the family or you've lit a candle for the family, and to acknowledge you for being here tonight, and thank you for constantly supporting me. Alrighty. Um, they know that they don't have a long time with me tonight because otherwise it would take it up for everybody. They're pulling their energy back, and they're telling me quickly as they're going that there's a new energy coming to the family. All right, so there's a new member coming to the family. Just remember, I've said that already. Lisa says, MG, best friend, son's name is Michael and Ian, right? Okay. Lisa, where's the April connection here? Lisa Cantu, I want to talk about an April connection here. I lose the days and time, Paul, Michael's brother and son, nephew and sister, suicide. Amy and Navy connections. Paul, Scottish, Heather for mum and dad. There you go. They're acknowledging everything you do, Jules, so it's not gone in vain, just so you know. Right, Lisa, with you, there's a PH or an F sounding name they want me to acknowledge because it sounds like Philip, Phyllis. Sounds like a PH or an F sounding name that they want me to acknowledge. They tell me to talk about the fourth month, April. There's the fourth of a month or an April connection here, Lisa. So you need to come with me really quick. I need you to jump in here really, really fast. Where's your Canadian connections here, Lisa? Okay, so quickly, quick. Because I kind of get the feeling I've just caught these guys on the end of Julie Sharp's message, and they're kind of just using that energy quickly to get through to me. So you need to jump on this because I'm gonna lose it in a minute. They're showing me the Canadian flag. I've got to acknowledge that. Ian's birthday's in April. Gotcha. Then I knew I was with you because as soon as I had those two names, I just saw your face. There's a Canadian thing they want me to acknowledge, or they want me to talk about Canada for some particular reason. I'm seeing one of my favorite animals on all the planet. One of my spirit animals is the orca, the killer whale, the orca orcanis, or killer whale. They're showing that to me. The balance of peace, tranquility. That's I've got to share with you. Okay, um, Lisa. Yes, it's important to step up and let people know your voice, letting people know you've been heard. But on one occasion or an occasion, I've got to say to you, try and see a situation from another person's point of view. Okay. I'm not too sure who lost a dog recently in the family, but they tell me to say the dog is with them. Okay. I don't know if this was a light colored dog or like a golden retriever or a golden Labrador, but there's a light colored dog that they want me to acknowledge. Lisa, who was connected to the military or the police? Okay, so or let me just retract that. Who was connected to emergency services? Let me just say it that way, rather than the police, because I'm seeing blue flashing lights, but that could be anything. That could be fire, that could be ambulance, that could be police, mountain rescue. So I'll call it emergency services because they show me blue flashing lights and they're telling me to say talk about emergency services. I'm also supposed to tell you, Lisa, that don't worry too much about the financial scenario. It's going to work out. All right, I've got to say that to you. So the financial issues or the financial things that are going on will work out. Don't worry. Alison Lowry, Lorsey, Lorsey. Can I pronounce? I don't know if I pronounce it correctly or not. But hey, Paul, it's been a while. It has been a while. How are you? I'm good. Thank you very much for being here, Alison. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you. Appreciate it. Right, Mike lives near Canada, says Lisa. Because they show me this beautiful dog bouncing around, all happy. Okay, and they're just saying he's here. So they want me to tell you that the dog is with them. But I don't think that dog has long since crossed the Rainbow Bridge. So it feels to me like it's not long there. So somebody recently loses a beautiful pet, but it's there safe and sound. I got to talk about Lisa. Somebody connect either yourself or somebody connected to you. They're talking about a tattoo, but the tattoo isn't a memorial tattoo. It's not a tattoo to try and look cool. Well, but it's in memory of. I'm getting that. They're acknowledging knowing about that. Good to see you too again, Alison. Thank you. Appreciate it. Lisa, don't be surprised if you find yourself walking on familiar ground. So, in other words, a reunion or going to where you grew up. I don't know, something along those lines. I've got to acknowledge that. When that opportunity comes for you to be able to walk on familiar ground, so going home for a visit, going to where you grew up for a visit, don't pass it up. Make sure you take it because a couple of things are going to branch out of it. There's going to be a mending of a bridge. So if there was a wee bit of a fallout with somebody and you haven't spoken to them in multiples of years, that bridge is going to be mended. Alrighty. My niece is going to be a cop. Okay. Lisa, I want you to do something for me. Okay. They're starting to pull their energy back. I want you to carry clear quartz on you for about a week. Okay. It's going to help clarify your thinking. Okay. It's going to help you clear your thoughts. In other words, stop muddling your mind up a little bit and give you an opportunity to sit. So every time you're getting a bit muddled, pick it out and hold it in your hand and just stop for a second and breathe. And I'm getting the feeling that you're just a bit muddled, and the clear quartz will help you with that thinking process. Okay. Before they pull back, though, I'm getting just excuse me. I want to move around on my seat. Before they pull back, I've got this wonderful gentleman stepping in. Feels very matriarchal. In other words, he feels to me like he would be when he spoke, his word wasn't challenged. So I've got this matriarchal gentleman telling me to say that he's looking in, and he's watching, he's looking in, and he's watching in a protective way. Okay. Right, they're pulling their energies back, Lisa. Make sure you look after yourself, and everything's going to work out. Especially on the financial side, things are going to find themselves. Just they're going to find a way to work out. So don't worry too much, okay? Loretta Lewis, welcome to the show. Good to see you. Um, Trudy says I could do with some clear quartz. And Trudy, why are you on Facebook? Get off Facebook. Come on YouTube. I have a tattoo. Let it be. I got it for my cousin's son who was killed in Afghanistan, and he was in the army. Right. Let me just say that the gentleman who was close to me um, wasn't a fan of tattoos on ladies. All right. So He wasn't a fan of the tattoos on ladies, so just to let you know, kind of feel he's like, go look tattoo, like, not to see that. Right, like tonight's going to be, they've just pulled their energy back from me, Lisa. Thank you very much for being here tonight, and thank you for allowing me to be the conduit for your family. Right, I have somebody in the audience tonight who's having a little bit of paranormal issues going on. Am I right? So somebody in one of you guys tonight in the audience has a bit of a paranormal thing going on. I'm talking about I'm feeling like doors being knocked or doors being opened and left open and that kind of thing. Um, so there's a bit of a paranormal thing going on here. They're telling me to say this is all happening. It's all happening. And somebody's blowing out candles. They're literally showing me going up and going and blowing out candles to get attention. One other thing, as I'm allowing this person to come closer to me, I've got two lovely ladies, and they're either sisters or sisters-in-law, but they come of the realm of, or sort of the level, I should say, of grandparent level. Okay. Um, there's a J or G name like Jean, Jeanette, Janice. There's a J or G name that they want me to acknowledge, and they want me to talk about a birthday anniversary connected to June. Okay, because they actually said the month June to me, or they want me to talk about the name June. Let's be honest about that as well. Um, they tell me to talk about the rabbit as being significant. Okay, so the rabbit significant. The rabbit. Speak about the rabbit. Okay. Loretta says someone sits on my bed at night. Okay, that would be paranormal to me. Loretta, let's hope that the rest of the information ties in for you. I've had a few experiences recently, says Alison. Songs play out of nowhere and something touched my foot. Yeah, that would be. Well, the songs being played out of nowhere, Alison, are definite ways of letting you know who's around you. So if you think about the particular tunes and who they would specifically connect you to, because they usually use songs as a, if I hear ABBA, for an example, I'll think immediately of my dad. So um, so usually when they play specific songs or get you to hear specific songs, it's because they're trying to draw your attention to a particular person. Um, Alison, just stick with me for a second. Where's the June connection for you? But I need you to be really, really quickly. Okay. Um, so where's the June connection come in here, Alison? I really have a feeling I'm with you. Catherine Johnson, welcome to the show. Good to see you. Um, Julie says, lights come out, lights come and my candles go. Uh, falling off worktops in my house, and my daughter has a rabbit crossed over for a while now, guy. Wow. Right, I think so Julie, that would be the your family just going shouting, say this, okay. Jackie Marsh, welcome to the show. Right, okay, Alison, then I'm definitely with you because they're telling me to talk about the birthday anniversary connected to that month. Alrighty then. Then I would say that they want me to acknowledge a gentleman, but on dad's side of the family. So there's an older male that comes in on dad's side of the family. And if I was okay, that doesn't make sense. Okay, not my information. It's not my information. Alison, I need you to work with me right here. So just as I was acknowledging a gentleman coming in, he pulled me over to the right and he went up. Okay, so when that means father, grandfather figure. But just as he was coming in and saying that to me, they want me to acknowledge a member of the family who came in. It feels to me like they were adopted, but there's a unique connection coming into the family here. But because I don't feel that they fit specific, even though they're of a specific genre. In other words, they are a contemporary. They could be a daughter, son. an aunt and uncle. I don't know, but it feels to me that they are placed in the family. So, in other words, they come in via adoption, something along those lines. Alrighty, Alison, I'm supposed to say congratulations to somebody in the family because they tell me to talk about a specific date. They show me diamonds here, so that means to me they want me to acknowledge someone's 16th, 18th, 21st, 25th, 30th, 40th, 50th, like a significant date. This is not just, somebody's 33rd birthday or 41st birthday. It's a significant date. Okay, they want me to acknowledge that because they are showing me diamonds. Chris Sutton, welcome to the show. Good to see you. Right, Alison. My niece just turned 21, and my daughter will be 16. Right? Okay, got you. Alison, make sure your passport's up to date, or they want me to acknowledge the passport. So we usually, when it's up things of that nature, they're acknowledging you specifically getting ready to do a trip. Okay, that's not to say, oh, the trip's going to be bad or da da da. That's just to say they're around you to acknowledge the trip. So that's a really great message to say, look, we're around you when you're talking about this. Alrighty. Um, Alison, and now one of the symbols that you really want me to talk about has just come into play. Sorry, just supposed to take a trip to Ireland and then Australia and been talking about it. Right? Well, your family are around you while you're talking about it, Alison. Hey, listen, never miss a trip to Ireland. Australia, Ireland, not said. I would go to Ireland. Never. I tell you what, if you go to Ireland and enjoy Ireland properly, you won't even know if you've been to Australia. So anyway, I've got to talk about the symbol that just came in for me, which is a big for sale sign. Alison, when I see a for sale sign, it means to me significant change. That's what that means. But it is one of the best symbols you want me to bring to you. Okay. So the for sale sign means to me significant change, which means change of house, change of job, but whatever the change that is with it, it is a very positive change. Whatever this change is going on around yourselves it's going to bring with it really a lot of positive, strong energy. Okay. I would say there's a new strong energy coming in and around business or work as well. Um, Vanessa says, got you on a TV tonight. Welcome to everybody in Vanessa's house. My cousin's wife has a rabbit, and we just talked about it and looked at pictures of the rabbit too. Well, there you go. Your mind's blown now, isn't it? Oh my God, this guy! Check this guy out. You got to come and see this guy talking about rabbits. And everybody's looking at you, going, "What?" Hmm. It's funny because they're bringing up something that was personal to me recently. Um, Actually, yesterday and today, as it happens, I had pulled out of a couple of groups that I was in that I was sad to pull out of, but I just had enough. I was part of groups from the town of where I grew up in Ireland, and I was getting so much negative um, abuse from idiots that I just thought, you know what, I'm not doing this anymore, and I pulled out. And I went right, and I put a note up there saying I help people all over the world. I'm not a fraud. I'm not a cheat. I'm not a liar, and I'm just not going to take this crap anymore. And I pulled out, and, and they've just shown me that, Alison. So if there's something going on around you that's kind of bringing you down, don't be afraid to cut it off. Okay, don't be afraid to get rid of it and go. Do you know what? No, nope, I'm not taking this crap anymore. I've had enough, and pull out of it. Okay. Um, so I made that decision over the sort of last 48 hours, and I would sort of that they're showing me the decision that I made to say to you, go ahead. I've had to pull back from my husband's family because of a divorce and too much toxicity. Gotcha, gotcha. That makes absolute sense. Do you know what? If it doesn't, I've said this many, many, many times. If it doesn't serve you, then get rid of it. Not my divorce, but my husband's parents. Gotcha. Okay. Doesn't matter where the toxicity comes from. You don't need toxicity in your life. You just don't need it. Lisa says Ireland's on my bucket list. Oh yeah, tell you what. See when you go over and visit Ireland, Lisa, you won't want to come back. Bloody cold though. This time of year is freezing. I'm walking about in a t-shirt and shorts. Johanna said to me today, she goes, "Are you not bloody cold?" I said it's 11 degrees. I said that's tropical where I grew up. I said the average for me in Ireland at this time of the year when I was young was 4 to 5 degrees. Um, True, Paul says, Don, people can say what they like. It's our choice to listen and take part, and if it feels wrong, let it go. Cut it off, let it go. Alison says, I've been missing my mom lately. I can imagine. I can well imagine, especially this time of year. I would suggest, my darling, if please, I want you to listen. Right, okay, I'm going to give this advice to Alison, but when I give it to Alison, I mean all, every one of you, all of you, okay? What I want you to do now, over the next sort of day or two, is just light a little candle, a little tea light like that will be perfect. Just sit down quietly, stare into the tea light, let all of the tribulations and trials that you have going on around you, just let them go and focus completely on the people that you're missing. So, in Alison's case, on your mom, your dad, your aunts and uncles, grandparents, etc. Focusing on them because they are close. Even though the veil is supposed to be over 2 days, really, it's a lot longer than that. Okay. So take the time out and spend it just thinking and communicating with them in your mind and in your heart, and they will get it. I promise you. Stand firm, Alison, on your decision making. That's all I'm going to say to you. Okay, my love? Stand firm. Don't give in to hearsay. Don't give in to um, other people's opinions. Remember, it's another person's opinion, but trust me, you just don't need toxicity. You just don't need negative thinking and negative people in your life. You just don't need it. They're pulling their energy back. I do hope that helped you, my love. I can't believe how quickly and nearly an hour's gone already. But I came on about 10 minutes late, so I'm going to go in 10 minutes past my time. Catherine Johnson says, brilliant reading. Oh, bless your heart. Thank you, Catherine. I appreciate that. I've been so worried about my dad too. Just booked a trip to see him. Good. Thank you. I've been finding my confidence to stand firm. It's not easy. No, yes, it is. Just make the decision to do it. Okay. There's a thing called a guilt complex. Okay, and that is programmed into us. We are programmed to be aware of guilt. So just disassociate with guilt. Get rid of guilt out of your life. Get it gone. Okay, because guilt is one of the most inhibiting emotions that we carry as human beings. So get rid of it and be firm, strong, and true to yourself. And don't feel guilt. If somebody tries to make you get rid of yeah buts. Oh, get rid of yeah buts. Right. I was meant to be on. It was meant to be. Hop on today. Yes, it was. You're very, very welcome. I live in Michigan. It gets cold here when it snows. Guilt is really obvious. Yes, just stand firm and do not associate with other people's points of view that relate to guilt. Just get rid of them. You don't need it. Julie said, oh, he says knocking the camera. Sorry about that. Absolutely amazing show. So many beautiful readings tonight. Oh, thank you so very, very much. Genuinely appreciate. Oh, we drinking water now for a moment. Right. Either I'm supposed to talk about the name Derek or a name that sounds like Derek. Derek, Eric, that kind of name is being shouted to me right now. So if you've got a connection to that name, you need to jump in quickly. The name Derek or Eric is significant here. And either a unique name like Tootsie or Tootsie or Toosie, Tootsie, 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 something like that. Like a unique T name. And it could well be a pet name, I'm not sure. And the name either Thomas or Toman. Like Thomas or Toman. There's a name like that. We're not finishing yet, Alison. We're staying on. We're not going off yet. I'll be here till at least quarter two. At least another 15 minutes. At least another 15 minutes. So don't go yet. Keep sharing the show, and keep liking. Listen, you guys. I need you to like the show. So down at the bottom here, just above the comments, there's a like button. Smash that like button. I need you guys to do that. I need you to share the show with your friends and family, and invite your friend and family to come and join us. And if you haven't been keeping up with the show, those of you who introduce 10 or more people to subscribe to the channel, I will give you a 15-minute free session with me. Okay. If you invite 20 people to come and subscribe to the channel, I will give you a half-hour free session. Okay. Totally on me. So get out there and get your friends and family to come and subscribe to the channel. My neighbor is Derek. His dog is Teddy. His wife passed last year, and her name was Denise. Is Don okay? That's Derek. I can get, but it sounds to me more like the Teddy isn't really making it happen for me. It sounds to me like Tootsie. That it sounds more like that. Okay, Tootsie, Tootsie, Tootsie. It sounds like a T with an IE at the end. I know Teddy is T with an I at the end, but Teddy sounds to me more firm. This sounds to me like you remember a movie with Dustin Hoffman called Tootsie? It sounds more like that. Um, Now, this either they want me to acknowledge somebody that has an African connection, or Africa comes into play here in some way. But bearing in mind there's a band called Africa as well. Don't forget that. I hear the drums echoing tonight. Hurry, boy, she's waiting there for you. That one. That's Toto, Africa. The song was called Africa. The band's Toto. Um, Vanessa says it was my lovely Irish friend's funeral yesterday. Sorry to hear that, Vanessa, my darling. Sorry to hear that. Oh, right. My uncle had a dog called Tuppence. All right. Okay, that sounds a wee bit more closer to it, Sue, if I'm right, to be honest with you. Okay. Where's the name Trevor come into play then here, Sue? The name Trevor? And either somebody is acknowledged as being a severe or serious Harry Potter fan in some way. Because I'm getting that. Stay close, Faye. That's Tootsie is really because it's really unique name. Right, Derek and Tuppence. Okay, see that's very connected. I'm asking for more. See, Africa is coming in here to play. As soon as I ask for that again, I'm hearing Toto and the song Africa. Okay, So as soon as I hear the song, I hear the drums echoing tonight. So I've got to say the word Africa, um, or that connection is coming into play here. I never know whether to call my neighbor Trevor or Derek. He might have called her Toots. I don't know. To be fair. All right. Okay. Okay. Then, if I'm with you, Don, they want me to acknowledge a big decision that was made day before yesterday or day before that. So in the last like 36, 40, 36, 48, 50, 72 hours, a big decision making thing that has come into play. Because I'm getting the feeling of it's about time. You really, really need to make this decision, um, and stop kind of like riding the wave, because the wave won't ride forever. Don't forget, guys, please, please, please. It's only shown to me here on my screen that only 4 of you have liked the show. Smash that like button. Hit that little blue and white thumbs up. Okay, smash the like button. Okay. So a nephew from a previous marriage. His father was from Africa, and he's still alive. Um, don't worry about being alive or not. I don't associate with death. So as far as I'm concerned, they're alive. We're alive. You know, if being alive is important, they'll make me rise like that. That means they've crossed, or they make me feel centered, which means they're here. But it's more about the information. So let's focus on that, Faye, because your Tootsie is very, very. It's a very, very unique thing. Would love to have been my uncle. He was a Jehovah's Witness. If you can imagine that, I know well. Um, that's each to their own. Everybody. Hey, I don't. When people ask me what's the right religion, and I have been asked that, I always say the one that brings you the most comfort. Okay, Derek, a nephew, father was from Africa. Right, I think I'm could well be with Faye here. Okay, Faye, there's a little bit of a disassociation having to come on with you at the moment. All right, so there may be some like internal politics within the family that you may have to say nothing to do with me. All right, you may have to say, look, guys, you know, I love you all, but I'm not getting embroiled, or I'm not going to take sides in the family. There's a bit of a scenario that's going on in the background. You may have to step back on, okay? Because if you take sides, it will break down a few bridges that you just don't want to break down, because the emotions are too strong. Um, I'm either I'm either having an anniversary coming up around you, Faye, that don't want me to acknowledge. But it feels to me like someone crossed roughly about a year ago, but because I'm getting this feeling of an anniversary coming up that is painful. So in other words, they've only been gone like a year, but it feels like that. Okay, so there's an energy like that I'm supposed to acknowledge. Um, I don't know what this means. I don't know what this means. Not my information. They're telling me to tell you to look into the numbers. Look into the numbers. Check the numbers. Okay, I don't know what that means. I don't know. Check the numbers of the bank balance. Check the numbers on the bank. Check the numbers on the bill. I don't know. Check the numbers. Um, Another unique name coming in here, Faye, like Beatrice, Beatty, Beatrice, Betty, that kind of a name. A wee bit of decision making to come up around you, Faye, that may not been maybe a bit more than what you had planned for. All right. Um, but remember, you gotta think your numbers. Sorry, that's not, I've just read what Lynn put. Um, you gotta think. You gotta think about yourself in a situation that's coming up. You gotta think about your own desires, your own needs, your own motivations. You gotta think about those. Okay, and please be um, don't be the soldier. All right, please, if the hip or knee thing is giving you grief, or it's somebody connected to you where it's giving them grief, don't be the soldier. Please get it looked at. Take it to Go to a professional, go to a doctor, and get things sorted out properly. Alrighty. The big message around you tonight, Faye, is quite simply this: things are going to happen, and you're going to feel like you have to make decisions. But on this occasion, put yourself forward. Okay, put yourself first. Hopefully that helps, Milo. The measurement matches the frequency in tensor ring. I don't know what that means. Um, Angela McKendrick, hello, welcome to the show. Julia says, only just got here, we'll catch up. All right, Jules. Bernice, okay, was mother's maiden name. Right, okay. Well, that's a definite, unique name. Beautiful name, Bernice. But please, Faye, I would have to really lean on you if I was near you because it feels to me like you have major difficulties in putting yourself first. But in some decision making processes that are coming up, you need to put yourself first. Okay, I really need you to say, right, no, I've worked hard to get here and I'm putting this into play and go for it. Okay. Okay. Right. 20 minutes to 9 on, I don't even know what day it is because time is just rocketing past, so I don't even know what date it is. Um, I was looking down at my phone to find out what date it is. Calendar. It's the second. Oh my gosh. 2nd of November. My mom's birthday in a couple of days. Um, right. Fire energy. Joseph, Joseph, Joseph. I just heard the name Joseph being shouted. Joseph is here, or a there. I've got an energy acknowledge the name Joseph. Remember, my referencing goes to who they are, who they're with. Please say hi to. So the name Joseph is just being shouted out. There is a ventricle failure, or there is a heart related crossing that they want me to acknowledge. But it's a heart disease that causes this issue, heart disease, in like the ventricle fails, something along those lines. And I'm supposed to acknowledge. Sharon Watts, welcome to the show. Good to see you. Thank you, Paul. I took notes. I will keep the advice close. You make sure you do, Faye. All right, my darling. So the name Joseph just come shouted out here to me. There's like a heart ventricle. It feels to me like a valve or a heart ventricle issue. I don't want to talk about because it isn't a, shall we say, tried and tested heart attack. There's a failure within the heart that assists in this person's crossing, or they want me to acknowledge that. Um, they tell me to talk about the 7. So they either want me to talk about July as being significant, or they want me to talk about the 7th of a month as being significant. So Joseph, heart-related issue, 7th month of July, or 7th of a month significant. Jump in here, guys. Let me know. And there's a dog here that has a name that's the same name as like a candy, like a dog like for here people in the UK. If your dog was called Smarty, you know, like Smarties. So there's a dog here with a candy name that they want me to acknowledge. Brennan, Bruni. There's a strong B R name to be acknowledged. You guys need to jump in and help me out here because I can't hold on to these energies. It feels like flitting to me in and out. And either somebody had connected to working with electricity or they were an electrician. I don't know, but they're working with energy around this person. This is um, I'm saying like a lightning bolt, which is my symbol for electricity. So we do acknowledge that. So they're either they're an electrician or they passed during an electrical issue. I don't know, but there's an electrical scenario that they want me to talk about. My brother-in-law Joe passed away in his sleep. An undetected heart-related issue. Well, you did ask, Lisa. You did ask earlier, and I always say when I read a message, if you got anything for me, if you're drawn to me, I always send the message through my guides. Um, so they just kind of put it on a big notice board in spirit, and then people come forward. Um, all right, the dog was called Candy. Gotcha. All right, one of my best friends on the planet is called Candy. Candy Tillman. His name is Paul. Oddly enough, dog was called Candy. Gotcha. All right, Lisa. Um, Oddly enough, I seem to be tying up the show tonight with the same way I started. Lisa, I really, really need you to let go of the past. There is quite a few people coming in here. There's quite a few people that want to acknowledge. So I feel like that your family have a lot of people in spirit already. Um, they want me to talk about two cancers, but one of the cancers takes a younger person over to the other side of life. So I need to acknowledge that really quickly. Then says, I had an Uncle Joe, sorry, named Brendan. I was only young, so I can't remember the name of his dog. Gotcha. Our dog was called Candy too. Lovely name. Okay. Wow. Didn't realize so many people had a dog named Candy or just after Candy. Watch right, Lisa. I need you to be a bit more specific. I need you to be quick. I need you to type faster. Okay. I've given everybody that kind of grief tonight, not just you. So I need you to type faster. Because it's really hard. This is difficult to do at the best of times. It's difficult to do when the two cancers gotcha. So the reason I have to say that to Lise and to everybody else is that if I say something to you, other people might comment, and then I get yours. Youngest lad past at 18. Gotcha. Alrighty. Right. The younger energy who crosses over. It's important to know that his belief system wasn't really that tight. He would have maybe attended church because he'd have been taken there by the ear, kind of thing. But it's important to you guys to know that he is happy. He is with the family, and he is with his namesake. Okay. So if his name was Pat and his grandfather was called Pat, and they're both in spirit, he's with his namesake. Um, a very unique name being shouted here. Like it sounds to me like Edna or Enda. Edna or Enda. That kind of a name is being shouted. I don't know if you're talking about moving, Lisa. Um, but there's a move coming up around you that will help. Okay. So if you decided like you've had enough of the area, you're going to move to get a fresh new start. That's the right decision. Enya, that would make it for me. Enya, Enda, Edna, that kind of a name, like an EA name. That's significant. Okay, I gotta be a little bit harsh with you here, Lisa. All right? Excuse me for. I'm just delivering the information. Postman, never shoot the postman. But the answers to your issues are not in. They're not anywhere else except in here. They're just in here. Okay, you're strong enough, you're capable enough, and you're educated enough to be able to make good, strong decisions without having to rely on anything, anyone, or anybody. You can decide, you know what, the area in which I live, the people in which I'm surrounded by, are not good enough for me or my family. It's time for me to change that and go and make it happen. Alrighty. Before I let you go, there's a lovely lady here who's got a strong M name like Mary, Miriam, M- Marie, like an M-A name in there. And people say to me, "How come you can't hear the names?" Well, I do hear the names clearly sometimes. Other names, otherwise, I can hear like a sound. Okay, like an M-A name to be acknowledged. This lady comes in on the left-hand side, so this she's above you, like a matriarch, like a mother grandmother figure. It wants me to be acknowledged around you. It's now time to rely on Lisa and Lisa alone. Okay, so it's time to, don't rely on medication or don't rely on doctors or alcohol or anything else other than Lisa. It's time. Okay. So Vanessa says, my friend's Mary. Carol says, my mom is Mary. Okay. So I really do feel, guys, but thank you for saying that up. But you can also have what's called a me too, but definitely connected to Lisa because they're feeling very protective of Lisa. Okay. Lisa, I don't know what this means, but I'm hearing a change of name. Don't know why I'm supposed to bring that to you, but I'm hearing like a change of name being shouted. So either you're going to get married with a different name, or there's a change of name I'm supposed to acknowledge. I don't know whether you're looking to go west of where you are, but they're telling me to go west. Okay, but it's now time for a brand new chapter in your life, darling. I hope that helps. Alrighty. Thanks for being here tonight. Appreciate it. So, guys, listen. I have roughly 5, 7 minutes left. Donegal sounds like a good place to go. The west coast is warmer than the east coast. No, just know that. If you go to the northeast coast, you get really cold. Right. Listen, we are literally 5 minutes left. If you guys want to ask me some questions, please feel free to do so. Jose, welcome to the show, buddy. Good to see you. If you've got any questions, please feel free to ask me. I'm more than happy to answer it for you. I've been looking at the idea of um, moving Spirit Quest to Tuesday nights. I've been considering the idea because I usually have hectic weekends, and then I got to like launch into the show on Monday night. So Tuesday night this week went, or last week, sorry, went so well. I thought to myself, I actually worked really, really, and it was really, really easier for me to do the show. So I'm considering it. So your feedback would be interesting. Let me know. Do you guys also need this feedback? Please put it in the comments. I really need you guys to help me. Do you like the 2 shows a week? Do you like Spirit Quest, the show, and Reach Across, or do you prefer just Reach Across? Because that's interesting. So I'd be really, really interested in hearing your feedback. Thank you so much for your precious time and beautiful messages tonight. Julie, you're very, very welcome. Thank you for being here. Hey, good to see you. When will I be moving back to Chicago? I don't know. Whenever you want to, Jose. Whenever you put the effort and the energy into doing it, really, that's when you'll be moving back. Tuesday, as everybody said, Tuesday is great for me. Love the 2 shows as well. Yes, the 2 shows will be great. Okay, so you guys. Anne says, I like both. Well, thank you, Anne. Thank you very, very much. So, a lot of people don't understand that when you're doing spiritual shows like Reach Across, at the end of the night, you're very tired. It takes a lot of energy. So when I'm able to focus on more about you guys on Spirit Quest, so it gives me more chance to not do the readings. I'm not using as much energy, and I'm able to answer your questions in a more clear mind. Your shows are better when you are more chilled out. Tuesdays are good. Then I can watch face shows later in the evening. All right, got it. Oh, I'll do it just for that then, Don. Guys, thank you. I've got about 4 minutes left, so quickly, if you've got any questions, please do. Go with the flow. It's got to be when you can do it. Thank you, Julia. Appreciate that. I need you guys very, very much. I need you guys to get out there and share the show. I need you to help me boost the numbers. It's really important because what I'd like to do is stay with YouTube, and YouTube are all about numbers. So I really, really have to boost the numbers. And I do hope you like my new see if you can look at the top up there, PF. So Paul Francis, but the F's back to front with the P. But when I was showing that, I was like, actually, it looks quite cool. I quite like that. So that's the the new company logo. You could vary it maybe once a month, do shows, because if you've chosen the golden circle, yeah, the golden circle's gotta see the golden circle's gonna come in, and I've been toying with the idea to go the golden circle on a Sunday, because that's when most people are they don't have much on a Sunday. So I've been toying with the idea of doing the golden circle on a Sunday, because the golden circle is going to be purely focused on healing, nothing else, 100% healing. Okay. However, the great news is I have now acquired a system where I'll be able to do the the events in a much more comprehensive way, where is I don't have to pay out for ridiculous monies for specific software, and then you guys would have to download the software. So I've now managed to get that all sorted out. So when I'm doing the events like the seminars and stuff, that's going to happen very soon. Can't do any of that until we've moved because into the new studio. So I'm kind of like being held up. Faye says, I like both shows. I'll be watching your show on Tuesday when I will be producing mine at 10 p.m. UK time. Well, the good thing about it is then I can be doing my show and then finishing my show and then coming directly on to your show. Um, love all your shows, says Julie Shaw. Appreciate that. Definitely join you too, says Julia Evans. I love the PFs by Q. Thank you very much, Faye. Appreciate that. Right, that's it. We're at the end of the show tonight. Thank you so much for being here tonight. It's a very, very special night, All Souls Night. So take time out tonight, guys. At any point of the day, light a little candle, close your eyes, and connect to your loved ones. Connect to the people that you miss the most. Connect to your friends and family in spirit, and let them know you're thinking about them. And then be open to them contacting you too. Alrighty. If they start putting thoughts in your head, don't challenge the thought. Just go with it. Alrighty. How about past life regression? Yes, Carolyn. I'm a big believer in past life regression in a big way. Do you think we on Earth are going to have our reset soon? Um, in what respect, Jose? Do you mean reset, my friend? In what respect do you mean a reset? Sue says, thank you for great readings. Thank you, Sue, for being here. Thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. It's very important to me. Thank you. It's really important. So, Jose, I'd be quite happy to answer, but I don't know what you mean by a reset, my good friend. Sunday is a great idea for the Golden Circle, says Amanda. Thank you, man. And hey, I hope you're well. I know you come in. You must have been watching me on the QT. I know you're in Spain with your friends and family. Hope you're having a brilliant time, and come back to us refreshed and happy. Don't forget, please make sure that you invite all of your friends, all of your families, invite them to come across and be subscribed to the YouTube channel. Alrighty. So I'm going to be calling a day right now. There we go. It's gone quarter past, so I've gone 15 minutes past my time, but I was a wee bit late getting started. Where it is, c'est la vie. Right? Don't forget, communicate, appreciate, and validate everybody in your life. So Medium never has to do it for you. Take the time out tonight to make sure that you have that connection with your family here in spirit. Okay. Roger sends his love. Bless him. Send it back. He's got an appointment. Thank you so much. The work comes first. Look forward to the Golden Circle. Definitely. Good night, Sue, my darling. Start over. Like half the Earth's going underwater. No, absolute crap. Um, Total rubbish. There's not enough water on the planet to be able to put half the Earth underwater. So rubbish. And also, I was taken many moons back. I was taken up, and I was taken on a journey, and the energies on the other side of life actually told me that the Earth will be fine. So take care, and thanks for the advice, Lisa. You're very, very welcome. You too, my love. Listen, guys, take time out tonight. Light a candle, sit quiet, close your eyes, rest your hands on your legs or across them, wherever you feel comfortable, and think specifically of those who have crossed over. Alrighty, and relax and just enjoy. West West Coast, East Coast, South America, Caribbean islands will be underwater in the next 15 years. I don't think so. I don't think so. Anyway, listen, guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. I will see you next week. I will have a good old think about it between now and then and see if we go for Tuesday night. All right. Good night. God bless. See y'all very soon.